Pedro, welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday, and there are two videos this week. The first video, I will put a link right there in the corner. We talk about games and weight and what they mean. But for this video right here, we're doing Grail Games number 2. Now, if you haven't seen the other Grail Game video, I'll post that link right there. But let's start off by giving a quick definition of a Grail game. A Grail game is something, it could either be a game or a collectible or a musical instrument that is something that you've been wanting after for a very long time, but because of either scarcity or price, it's not something that you have in your collection. So it's something that you constantly want after, but you don't necessarily get it, but hopefully someday you do. For this Grail Game episode, this was something that I wanted for the longest time. It was something I didn't own growing up, but a friend of mine did, and I remember playing it all the time, and it was so much fun, and I absolutely loved it. Does it hold up? Sort of, not really so much, but it has a special place in my heart. And I was able to pick up a copy of it a few years ago at a somewhat okay price. I mean, they're kind of expensive to find a working one. But right, here it is, Grail Game number 2, Dark Tower by Milton Bradley. Came out in 1981. It is, I believe it was $55 when it originally came out. And for inflation, I think it's about going to be $150 if you bought the game today. Which, I mean, for the technology, even though primitive now, at the time it was super advanced, I would probably pay $150 if they completely remade it exactly the way it was with the mechanical tower and the LED lights. Well, it wasn't LED, it was just a regular light bulb in there. Dark Tower is a 1 to 4 player adventure game where you move around 4 different lands trying to fight brigands, get assistance, manage your food, stay away from the plague, buy items at the bazaar, while trying to find 3 different keys to the tower. Once you find the 3 keys to the tower, you enter the tower and try to defeat it and win the game. You also have to be aware of a dragon that flies around and tries to attack you at the same time. And everything is really tracked by this big computer tower, which for the time was crazy impressive. It was like, oh my god, I've never seen anything like that before. So, we're gonna go check it out. I will open the box up, I will show you all the components, we will set it up and turn it on and see how it works. So let's head over to the table. Alright, so here it is. It's actually a pretty large box, and I do have 2D batteries for the tower. We're gonna put them in there. Check it out. Let's open it up. Now, I was very lucky to get a copy in this good condition that actually still has the cardboard packaging in there to keep the game pieces safe and the tower itself. I believe there is one clip that's broken, but other than that, this was in amazing shape when I got it. It even has, like, this is still sealed, a replacement bulb for the tower. There is the tower itself. There it is. That's really all it is. Under here we have all the different pieces. So we're gonna set this up real fast and check it out. All right, there is life. Okay, so we're all set up for a 4-player game. Let's turn on the tower and check it out. We have the game all set up. The tower is on. Now there are 4 different gameplay levels. Now the first 3, it changes the number of brigands you have to fight. Level 1 is 17 to 32, level 2 is 33 to 64, and level 3 is 17 to 64. And then there's a level 4, which is a different type of game, which plays completely different. So let's set up the tower for a level 1 game. Let's press yes, no. Oh, tower test. Forgot about that. Alright, so now we have level 1 in the window. So let's press yes because we're going to play level 1. And we're going to press players. Oh, we need different players. Okay. So we're going to set up for 4. So 2, 3, 4. And now we are beginning to play. So it's player 1's turn. So you would basically turn the tower in your direction. But we're not going to do that because you can't see it in the camera. Now it's showing that it is the first player's turn. Okay, so the object of the game is to move around from your kingdom, visit each of the 3 kingdoms, find a key, and then proceed to the tower. On your turn, you can move 1 space. When you're done, you click the move button and your turn is over. So we'll say we're going to move right there. Move. Okay. Okay, since we moved, we're going to press the no. And now it's player's 2 turn. So player 2 is going to move straight up. Oh, player 2 caught the plague. So now their warriors, they just lost 2 warriors. You can see by the warrior count went to 8. So you would look on your card right here. I think I have to turn the autofocus lock off, but it's on. So your warriors show 10, but now it went to 8 because you lost 2 warriors due to plague. So player 2's turn is over. Player 3's turn to go. And this just keeps on and keeps on as you move around the board, going to different ruins, things like that. Let's just say, for example, player 3 is in the sanctuary. So we're going to click. And he's in the sanctuary. It made the noise. Nothing really happened. So their turn's over. And now player 4. We'll send 4, just let's say he goes to the bazaar. And we can buy a warrior. Do we want to buy a warrior? No. Do we want to buy food? No. Ooh, do we want to buy a beast? Yes. And that costs 8 gold, so we do it, and our turn is over. Now it's back to player 1, the game continues, and that's basically what happens until you find a key and decide to go into the tower. Let's head back to the office and talk a little bit about it. Okay, so that was Dark Tower from Milton Bradley, 1981. One of my Grail games that I was so happy that I was able to add to my collection. So as you can see, the game does take a little while. You move around the board trying to collect the keys. Each one, when you're done moving, you press the button tower. The tower decides to you whether you made a safe move, whether you're getting attacked, whether you get plague, things like that. They tell you if you get plague or get attacked. They tell you how many warriors you're losing, or if you buy something, how much gold you lose, or how much food you lose, things like that. So for me, this is purely nostalgic. I love the game as a kid. I love it now. And I'm happy that it's in my collection. Does Dark Tower hold up in today's board gaming? I would say no. It's not that good of a game. It was very frustrating when it did come out. And finding one that completely works and you have all the parts will set you back some money. It's expensive. They go from anywhere $300 and upwards depending on the condition and what's included. Now, however, there is a company called Restoration Games that they're doing Return to Dark Tower, which is going to come with a mechanical tower, but it's not going to be quite the same as the original. Restoration Games did remakes of Stop Thief, which was another great game from the early 80s or late 70s that had almost like an old school phone where you would punch in your tips and listen to where the robber was going to try and capture them. And they also did Fireball Island, which was another great game from my childhood that I loved, and they redid that, and I like it. Some people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. So they're doing a Return to Dark Tower. I'll post a link for that below. I think it just finished up Kickstarters a month ago maybe. But it seems like they're reinventing the game and keeping... They're going to try to keep it along the same lines, but they're reinventing it with new gameplay and everything, which I'm excited to see. There also is an actual free online version of Dark Tower that I actually play quite a bit, and I'll post that link below too, which is a lot of fun. And if you've never played the game before, you can play it online and check it out. Because look, I like it. I don't know if everyone will. It's not a game for everybody. But if you're a collector and you remember playing it as a kid and it has that high nostalgic factor, it's definitely worth having in your collection, especially when you have friends come over and they want to play a game and you bust that out and they're like, oh my god, I remember this game as a kid. And it's either, I hated it, or I loved it, this was great. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe and ring the notification bell. You will be alerted anytime I upload a new video. Any questions or comments, please post them below. Let me know what you think about Dark Tower, if you played it, if you've not played it, or what is one of your Grail games. Let me know below. Let's start a discussion about it. I will try to answer you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later.